you'll see we have 3 new entries on the giving tree. And because they are so large, you may not be able to always see them, but they're we're gonna have to see if we can make them a little bit smaller for the future. So maybe, but then if they're too small, then you can't read them. So I have to find the right combination. So we'll work on it. Ray was asking me, he said, hurry up. He says, I said to him, I said, it's automated. You know that. He said, I didn't know that. I thought you did it manually. Well, we kind of do. We press the start button, and then it starts a timer, and then the timer starts the intro after 2 minutes. After 2 minutes of test pattern. And the reason we do that is so that it gives us time to get everybody, if they have any guests or anything, get them all settled in, make sure their microphones and their headphones and stuff are working before we go live. I just checked. Notifications didn't go well. Well, good morning, Tiger Katie. Welcome to the show. Red, make sure you selected to receive all notifications, and if you're still not getting them, then to unsubscribe and resubscribe. And that when you should get your notifications. That goes for anybody. If you haven't got your notifications, this is an old glitch back from 2013. YouTube never fixed it after all this time. What have you been doing, YouTube? Okay, come on. You guys gotta fix this. 2013. That's 9 years ago. My God. Okay. So then you gotta do what I said. Is just unsubscribe and resubscribe. Oh, I know what you're gonna say. But your name won't be able to talk for 20 minutes. That's true. You won't. But don't do now. Just do it later. Okay, so now you know I'm live right now. So later on today, just do the unsubscribe, resubscribe thing. Yeah, I haven't had this happen in a long time. Yeah, it does happen. YouTube's up. As I said, this thing has been a problem since 9 years, and YouTube never fixed it. I don't know why. Okay, well, I can't help when YouTube basically keeps messing up the plumbing. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, the landlord did not get the heat fixed yet, but it's been kind of breezy out there, so, of course, my bedroom's drafty. So, I didn't have to open the windows. It was just about perfect. If you don't mind sleeping in a refrigerator. Thank you very much, Tiger Kitty. And you can see the 3 entries on the tree. I might have to make them a little smaller, though, because we only get so much tree you can see on camera, so, like, for example, I can go one card right above, almost right near the angel, but that's about it. And then you can get some cards on the bottom there. Let me see what I'm talking about on the screen so you can see this. You can see the tree. I can get one on above the 2, one next to the other one, 3 on the bottom here, which for a month is pretty reasonable number of cards. But it might be better if I shrink them down a lot because of space. Space, the final frontier. It seems like you never have enough of it. You can see it's sunny outside today. And it's pretty nice looking little town setting. So, yes, that's Winston for you. Yeah, I just took some office paper and just cut it down, but I might make them a little smaller because it takes a lot of room taking a piece of office paper and just fold it over into quarters. Oh, well, it can always come smaller. It can always come smaller. Yeah. Unfortunately, this marker that was the big one, unfortunately, is kind of low in ink. I have another one that's full, so I'll use that one more. So we are at $60 something so far for February. So we still have about 10 days left, guys.
Oh, yeah!
14 days left, not 10. Oh, alright, so 14 days left, so you got... Alright, so we gotta go ahead and get another $60 in 14 days so we can get paid.
Oh, yeah!
And trust me, I got lots of bills to pay. That's not bad, yeah. Plus, don't forget, we were actually offline for a couple mornings during my sabbatical. So, yeah, well, we're back now, so let's get this thing going. And it does technically help with the algorithm. I'm not exactly sure how, but please put some likes in the like chart. It does help. I don't know exactly how, but I'm not the one who writes the rules.
Oh, yeah!
I had a chance to hear Brian K's Quathlos too last night, and I realized that we need to work in Quathlos 3, which is on the other computer, so I had to boot up the other computer so I can get to the raw file for Quathlos 3, and then I will edit that down, and that way we can get that going for people who were interested originally in the radio serial. Brian Key did voiceover 1 and did the voiceover of 2, and then I realized that we never finished 3. And so we're going to work on 3 today. It shouldn't take too long. I wouldn't think. I mean, after all, I don't want to spoil the plot, but let's just say it this way. Sparky and the Magistrate Cluxtia are both considered seniors in their age group. I mean, in their species, okay? And they're a cis couple, so... And they like each other, and obviously they've been dating. And so we can visualize what's going to happen next is that they're going to probably become a big thing. I wanted to do something different from a cisgender's perspective, even though I'm not cis. I'm not a cis. I'm a lesbian, but I mean, I figured we could try something different from a different viewpoint. How you doing? How you doing, Dabs? Welcome to the show. Yes, happy Valentine's to everybody. That's right, today is that day, isn't it? Yes, Quathlos was to be a radio serial, which Brian K. had narrated 1 and narrated part 2, but he didn't have part 3, which was supposed to be for 3rd week. So we will finish working on part 3 and get that over to Brian K. so he can narrate that when he has time. And check it out. I don't know. You realize what Valentine was trying to share was courtly love, which wasn't such a bad thing. He truly believed in it. Unfortunately, he literally as his means of execution, if I understand correctly. I might be wrong. Is they ripped his heart out of him? Or am I getting it too mixed up with the Temple of Doom? Although, you know what? Actually, it doesn't sound too wrong. I'll have to look up the Saint Valentine. But actually, it sounds about right. He was a martyr of the Catholic Church. That I do know. Not much Brian can't do. No, not really. He actually also had an audio soundtrack, and he had a few other things that, like I said, costless times. When you look at all the things I have done, all the things that he does, all the things that have been done on the show from its inception of July 16th, 2010, when this channel was just registered and created, to now, it's quite a long time. 14 years, guys. 14 years. Very much thank you, Philly Pretzel Star. Same to you. Right. Nah, he's pretty handy. But he can use some help with the female voices, though. Because he's trying to do them, but he tends to make some of the women sound old and angry. Especially when he does Lumi. I don't sound angry usually. Although I did listen to your replay and you certainly were not exactly sounding friendly. No. Not on my birthday anyway. We finally got the closed captions that Michelle told me a trick. Since they actually did generate them, she said, now re-upload the captions.srt file back to YouTube. And bing a bam boom, there you go, they work. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Christy. Glad to know you're having a good day. Right now, I'm soaking my panties. I bet that's one thing Carmen Miranda doesn't wear a lot of. No, she doesn't. Actually, I thought about going pantyless. Oh my god. No. No. Please don't do that, Michelle. Although one pair of underwears you get so stretched is so bad, you might as well be pantyless because they're just like too friggin' huge for you. I think that's why she hates panties. Oh, because it's the same problem. They're either A, they're too baggy, and she hates baggy stuff. Okay, I can get that. Yes, they're in the wash. 14 pairs of them, actually. Soaking them, rinse them out, get them up on the shower rod. If it fits, it drips for one low price. And then we have to figure out what to do with the socks. And we'll get those done. Just kind of interesting to think about that, though. Yeah, because if you ever look at the Philip Pretzel store, look at the promotional photograph for Weekend in Havana when Romano picks up Carmen Miranda. She wasn't wearing any panties. I think the photographer forgot all about that. Oh my god! You can see her bush! Oh. Alright, let me get these people on the chat here. Okay, answer one. Limit one. Hello, how you doing?
Hey Michelle, how are you?
Alright.
Everything's good?
Everything is good.
I love the panty talk. The panty talk's really good. Dripping and slipping.
What's that?
Dripping and slipping with the panty talk.
Oh.
The panty talk is
Yeah, tripping and slipping. Actually, funny though is when the Gloomy doesn't like the fact that Carmen Miranda actually never really wore panties much.
Oh, well, that's between Carmen Miranda and Lumi. Why would she have a problem with Lumi? I mean, Carmen Miranda not wearing panties?
She just didn't like to wear panties. So she
What?
usually
Yeah, but what's the?
she was almost always in the
Yeah,
buff. But she always wore those long
yeah, but
dresses too, so you really didn't see her much in the buff.
okay, but what's the beef between Carmen Miranda and Lumi?
Well, Carmen Miranda likes me and Lomi likes me. But Lomi wanted to have her own independent life in the next lifetime. And Carmen Miranda kind of wanted to have another go at having another relationship. So unfortunately, Carmen Miranda kind of likes me. And Lomi's like, slapping herself with facepalm, going, "Oh man, I chose to marry this slug of a guy," and then yeah, you two are cutting up a rug, and I'm not part of the cutting up the rug. It doesn't have to be that way, you know that. Yeah. All right, let me explain this. Although Michelle's answer is pretty good. You see, the thing is, I thought everybody said, "What if you and Michelle were separate people?" Okay, that sounds great. Separate people, separate lives. But the problem is I guess the guy we found this out through looking at the future. The guy I married was a giant slug. Only one in me for was to have a trophy wife. Okay, he was no romance. It was just that's my wife. Okay, wife, go back in the kitchen and cook. That's all. And I was
Does Lumi think that Carmen Miranda's kind of a slut?
not strictly a slut, but it's kind of complicated. There's a little more in common with Michelle and Carmen Miranda than most people realize. They're both kind of basically very much visionaries in their field.
Mhm. Am I talking to Lumi or Michelle right now?
You're talking to Lemmy right now.
So Lumi,
All right,
I
somebody
mean,
else wants to come up on panels. Tiger Kitty Michelle. I got it. Give me a second here, please. One view, one admit. Hello, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. So let me answer the question. Okay, who's not wearing panties, Carmen or Lumi? Carmen Miranda never really wore panties,
what did
How do you
Lumi
know?
wear?
even in her movies. Which meant that the camera guy had to really, really be careful not to show bush. Because she likes to wear these long dresses, which I can understand. But sometimes when you see in Weekend in Havana in the promotional picture, when Romano picks her up, he actually kind of forgot that she wasn't wearing panties, and the camera got a good shot of the bottom. Yes, unfortunately.
Well, Michelle,
I wonder what he
on
was.
Sunday when you got hammered, remember Sunday when you got hammered?
Yeah, when we got hammered.
Wasted.
She was wasted. Oh my God, you nearly fell asleep on the stream. Anyway, what was the argument you were having with Lumi over
Well, that's
sexual
what I was trying to explain earlier.
fantasies over Carmen Miranda?
Well, that's what I was trying to explain earlier was that in the shorter abridged version is that the argument is that originally I was gonna originally be a separate person from Michelle to have a separate life, but being around at the same time, and because Michelle and I would be separate people, I decided to choose a life path that was different than Michelle's. And the problem was, it's just like usual, I chose a real disaster for a husband, and we didn't have a very good marriage. But then Carmen warned me not to do that, and well, I did anyway, and we could see that while I'm sitting there basically being just paraded around as a trophy wife, Michelle and Carmen Miranda are cutting up a rug. I mean, literally.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Now you
So
get
you're
it.
jealous.
Yeah.
So
You're jealous.
Michelle kept reminding me, go ahead and change your life chart, Loom. You can do it. You haven't died yet.
So, Michelle, are you prepared to get rid of Lumi for Carmen Miranda?
Oh.
No, I'm actually not trying to get rid of Carmen Miranda. I'm trying to figure out is there's some way we could actually work out something together.
A threesome? I don't think so,
Yeah.
Michelle. 3 never works.
Except I'm not that good at dancing. No, she's not. I mean, she tries. But yeah, it's just kind of strange. So like I said, I understand Lumi's frustration. She kind of like she can see me and Carmen are happy, but then Valenia, well, we're supposed to be going out with Valenia. Well, that's what Valenia is kind of like, easy come, easy go. You know.
Michelle, all these relationships.
In one of the visions, what happened is then Lumi starts hanging out with Valenia, and of course I'm still hanging out with Carmen. Which is kind of funny the way that worked out. Because
well, why don't you just stay with Carmen and get rid of Lumi? Sorry, Lumi, I didn't mean to say that.
Well, you know, I think you're saying is more realistically, why doesn't Lumi just go out with somebody else that she likes instead?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody's got more.
And that's kind of
And
what happened.
why
That's
does
kind of what
Carmen
happened in one of the
Miranda
alternative
you share a body?
timelines.
Maybe you should share a body with Carmen Miranda.
Yeah,
So,
Carmen Miranda probably be a great person to share a body
yeah,
with.
because I don't really like Lumi. Lumi can go to hell, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
Lumi can be a bitch at times.
In that life, we're not actually going to be doing conjoined. We're just going to be separate people. We're all 4 separate people. Valenia is separate. Lumi's separate. I'm separate. Carmen's separate. So basically, it's what you would normally expect in a typical relationship with 4 separate physical people, doing what 4 separate physical people do. Okay? But yes, it actually did turn out to work out pretty good. One alternative future where Lumi and Valenia are actually, because Valenia was like bored. She was like, "Oh, I brought Michelle here in what in the heaven's name? She's doing something with somebody else. Oh well, easy come, easy go." And Lumi's like, "You want to dance?" And then they're like, "Okay, sure. I don't dance very good. I can't cut a rug like those two." And Lumi says, "Yeah, I can't either." So. Yeah, so then we ended up we did do some dancing. Of course, Michelle and Carmen are basically ripping up the floor, and we're like going slow, soft shoeing around.
Does this all happen at night time, Michelle? When you guys
What's
do
that?
all this?
It's in an alternative timelines. One of the things is when you get access to the astral travels, astral projection, is you can actually, if you're good enough, you can actually see the future to some extent of your own future. I mean, not exactly and totally like Apple Vision Pro perfect, but you can see enough of the future that you can put 2 and 2 together and come up with a mathematical equation that approximates 4. So.
Okay, so you can do this if you want to, Michelle. Is this true?
So I'm watching Michelle. I'm watching the future me, and I'm watching the future Carmen, and I'm watching the future Valenia, and I'm watching the future Lumi, with Lumi's watching us all as well.
All right, but like, say after this show, you thought to yourself, I'm going to go hang out with Carmen Miranda. Can you just go lie on your bed and go hang out with her?
Well, pretty much, it's kind of complicated, but basically, the most important thing is, since we are right now, me and Lumi are in one body, is we have to kind of work things out because no one's going to be sleeping on the couch separate from the other one. So, it's like, I mean, that's why Lumi's been kind of like silent lately. I've been doing my own thing. On the other side,
who's got a better body, Lumi or Carmen Miranda? Who's got more junk in the trunk, more wiggles in the jiggles, whatever?
Carmen Miranda. Well,
now remember now, as I said, in the future, it's going to be 4 separate physical bodies, 4 separate people. It's not like it is now, where me and Lumi are in one body. Because Lumi will be her own self. I'll be my own self. Of course, Valeria and Carmen will be their own selves. But what is interesting is that the interplay between all four is kind of weird. I never saw when Lomi saw me in meditation. Carmen asked me to dance, and next thing you know, and this is when we're not actually performing as a troupe, and she's like, she watched herself run into the ladies' room and cry. I absolutely felt bad for Lomi. I didn't really know that Lomi would be upset about that. I mean, she came into the bar, into the ceremony, Windward Rest, because she basically wanted to get away from her husband for a few hours because he was on a business trip and he didn't really.
The bar's called the Windward Rest. The Windward Rest.
Windward Rest. Windward Rest Inn. Okay. Yeah.
She went down the pub.
Yeah, it's in the pub, right? You know, the drinking section, and it's also where they have dancing too. It's a little bit of a cabaret club as well. So normally me and Carmen, of course, were on stage, but we weren't on that stage that day because we were just kind of just chilling out. And they had a impressionist singer who likes to sing Victina, and he was singing Red Roses for a Blue Lady. And like Carmen asked me to dance, I said sure. Lomi saw that after she walked in. I guess her husband had to take care of something else, and he dropped her off there, and she was like. And even though we weren't married or anything at the time, she was like, she got so upset because of her past, because of her knowledge of what's going on, who she was, and she went into the ladies' room and cried. And of course, I knew who Lomi was, and I went into the Carmen and said, hold on a minute, I gotta take care of this. So I went in the ladies' room, and she got mad and started screaming at me in the ladies' room. Oh my God, did I get an earful? Yeah.
But she has a husband.
She has her husband, which basically treats her like a slug. Oh, he this, and there's way to parade his wife around. He was a politician.
Oh, well, then you need to change her life chart. Definitely.
Yeah, she has to change the life chart. But now I think the thing is the reason why, you know, I think from her prior experiences, which I can understand, is she's afraid that she's going to end up being a big fat zero again in her life. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way, Lum. Just talk to Mother God about it. I mean, she's got an idea, I'm sure, but remember, you get free will. You can rate your life chart. You can be anything.
So, Lumi might be getting the push, and we welcome Carmen Miranda in.
I would like to see everybody work together even in the future. So I would like to see maybe Lumi and then an alternative suggestion came up is what if Lumi and Valenia started dating at that time? Which I didn't really mind the idea, and I thought that that solves the problem. Of course, Mikhail is like, yeah, what am I going to do these two? You know, she runs the Wind West Inn with Mikhail, with Jovia. She's like, those two are fighting now again. And it's kind of weird how sometimes reality and unreality kind of mix in a way that makes it kind of very interesting souffle, if you know what I'm saying. That's true. I don't know. I kind of Lumi said something last night, which I guess is kind of true. When she said, "Yeah, Michelle likes spicy meat." That's why I said, "Yeah, that's what you said."
That's what Lumi said. You like spicy meat, Michelle.
I have a lot of friends that are in the Hispanic community, and some of them are really, really awesome people. I don't have any Portuguese friends.
Is that the real Ed Mitch now in the chat, Michelle?
No, it's not. Like it's not the real one. I don't think so. Click on his name, you'll see if it's him. Use your mod tools. Yeah, I can do them too. Let's do that. Let's pull him out. So
the spelling is very Ed-like.
So, according to this channel, this person has 2 subscribers. So no, that's not the real Ed.
No.
But treat him
That's
decently
not
anyway, even though he's not.
Oh well. Good try. Good try.
But the real Ed doesn't even have that for a picture, which is a very good shot.
Scumbags. Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
So
Lumi.
Michelle, show your hard work on the tree. We have
Yeah.
3 people on the giving tree now.
I
And
think I'm
Philly,
gonna have
you're
to.
up
I think
there.
I'm gonna have to make those things a little smaller, though. I mean, those are.
Can Philly see his heart, though, Michelle? That you
I
made?
know.
We see them
The
when you make
resolution
them.
isn't really the top notch. Yes, you can see the 3. What the camera's in a position is kind of weird. You can see those 2, and then there's another one. The Philly Pretzel Store one is somewhere. Yeah, I think it's sitting next to you.
He handmade that, Philly, for
Yeah, I
you
do.
to put on the tree.
Yes, there's 3 of them. If I can say that. There you are. 1, 2, and 3. You can see right there.
Very good.
So, Michelle, word on the street is that Ed is actually on a train right now coming up to Connecticut. If he does show up, will you be calling the police? Maybe will you have escorted off the property?
He's not coming back up here. I already told you that. Besides, it's the middle of the month. He's already broke. I know how Ed spends money.
He's had his money. He's broke.
So, I mean, right now.
Well, Michelle, suppose he got a donation from Yam Ranch to come back up there.
Oh my God!
From what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yam Ranch
has
paid Ed. Bought Ed a train ticket to come back up there.
Well, let's split. Let's not split.
Kidding.
Michelle, don't get anxious. He's not coming back.
Yeah, we're joking, Michelle.
Just joking. Yeah. When people say that, they're just pulling.
Of course, you can see Noodle's painting over there too.
Oh yes, very good, very Apex.
Yeah, so that picture's there.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, I'm going to visit Slingshot, I think, this weekend in Maryland. So, I was wondering if maybe we can all talk on the phone when I get down there and give you a call, maybe discuss maybe coming up to Connecticut in a few weeks and doing a live stream and what you want to do. What do you think?
Yeah, I can give you my private new business phone number, which. So yes, I have 2 phone lines now on my cell phone, 2 cell phone plans. They're the same plan, but one's associated with my business account.
How comes I don't have the business number?
I didn't give it out to anybody yet.
Only Noodles, the leader of the Apex, gets the business number.
I'll give it to you too.
Favoritisms.
Because we all know that the main phone number anyway has been kind of compromised by bill collectors and things that have nothing to do with my business, so...
Yes, Michelle, that's another thing I was going to bring up. How comes you're getting calls from bill collectors?
Yeah.
No, not yeah. I mean...
It's just funny thing is because, when Ed was here, all those bill collectors had my phone number.
Oh, okay.
And so, because I don't know any money.
Okay.
At least I'm not behind in anything yet. Notice the word yet. Yeah. But let's prevent the yet from being a reality.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just checked out how much I owed in Lowe's. I only owe like $204, so I'll send them $100 this month. And then we'll send them the $100 next month. and then of course the other 54 from this month's payment coming up, we'll send that to Capital One. Yeah, you know what though, Michelle? I know you got some ideas in your mind. You got some scheming going on. I know you. Well,
What are
kind
you
of.
scheming?
What I mean is that Michelle was saying like this is this little package, which is kind of an adapter that lets you plug a headset into a Bluetooth transceiver, so she can actually use a regular headset with any Bluetooth apparatus, and it's only like $10. It's like a little more than that. It's like 18. It's like more like 17. Yeah. So Michelle was thinking about getting that so she could use her Bluetooth goodies with it, but it's on my gift list actually. If people want to donate, it's on my wish list instead. So if you guys want to make Michelle's life a little happier and spend like $17, this Bluetooth adapter would be pretty cool for Michelle's discussion about Bluetooth versus wired microphone connections. Yeah.
Can you fucking believe I've been on the road for five and a half hours?
Oh my
Believe
God,
that shit?
are you not at work?
No. Look at this shit.
God. Do you
Fucking
get paid,
unbelievable.
do you get paid for traveling?
He man
This
the
is the
road
thing.
for 5.5.
I never did that before, and this is the perfect time to be like, hey, listen, you guys owe me some money. You know what? You know what I do though? I use the Easy Pass sometimes to go up to Connecticut, and they never say anything. So
Yeah.
whatever.
A few dollars on the Easy Pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's got to be like $16. You know, I got to go over a couple bridges.
I guess.
Yeah. Right.
But that still isn't worth sitting in a car for 5 hours.
So this so-called Easy Pass is the thing that automatically pays the tolls for you. Just
Yeah, you put it in your car, Michelle.
right. It's on your windshield, and then they have a barcode reader that reads it.
What do you guys have in DC? It's the same thing, or is it like a
same thing?
Yeah. So it's kind of like makes it easier. You don't have to go through the toll booth. Just drive right through.
Yeah, but the thing that sucks is like, say there's not enough money in your account, they fine you. So like, let's say it's $16, they'll charge you like $50.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's like who's doing that? I'm not paying that.
There's nothing wrong with that. No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You mean after all, it's either that or you're gonna have to keep stopping at toll booths every day and want to crash the gate at 98.
Right.
Which Easy Pass kind of lets you do. Because you can.
What are you drinking, Michelle? Is that a coffee?
Since you just drive through. As long as the scanner can read your pass, you're all set.
Well, are you drinking coffee?
Yes, I'm drinking coffee.
Cold coffee.
Cold coffee for cold reality. Yeah. Yeah, it's just cold coffee, like I always do.
Why don't you heat the water up?
Because I usually don't mind drinking cold coffee in the morning. Just like some people like to take cold showers. Not really into that. But anyway, the thing is no, I'll just make it because cold because it's fast.
Do you take baths or do you take showers?
I take baths.
That's a tiny bathtub for you to fit into.
No, it's big enough for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get in and out of it all the time. No problem. Because
So
it's
your body
got edges
tub?
on the side. I can grab the edges, pull myself up. So
She's got a nice freestanding cup.
yeah, one of those cast iron ones. Yeah. Which makes it easier for me to get in and out. The bathroom is kind of handicapped accessible for me for that reason, because it's. But the only thing that makes it inaccessible, the fact is it's so the bathroom is so small and so tight that if you drop anything underneath the tub, you're gonna have to literally get on your hands and knees to get underneath there. So
that's a clawfoot tub you've got, isn't it?
yeah, it's a clawful tip. Yep.
I wouldn't mind that tub.
Yeah, it's a nice
Jimmy
tub.
will tell me that.
They have them over in the UK too, you know. The same kind of tub.
But the freestanding tubs now are not designed like that. I've got one here, and it's just it's got no feet on it or anything.
The only thing is, I have to be honest with some of the newer tubs. Is like, they don't. Well, I mean, they do have them available like mine for reproductions, but they're like a lot of them today. They don't really have things they can grab onto on the sides, so you can't grab onto the sides to pull yourself up. So you gotta put your palms down on the sides and hope that the tub will sit right, because otherwise your hands are gonna slip.
Well, Michelle, you'd be better off in a shower with a seat in it.
No, maybe a stand-up shower would have been fine too, but I'm not a shower person. I'm a bather. You know.
I like to have a soak as well, but I have a shower in the week to keep me clean.
I have a hand shower I use for my hair, yeah.
Stan placed $350 in his rainy day envelope.
Right.
$350? You'd spend $350 on your wife for Valentine's Day? Jeez. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Stan. I don't have anything like that except my checking account or my savings account, which is quickly refilling up again, which is good.
I would never spent $350 on someone for Valentine's Day.
That would have to be a very good dinner and a movie, and we're not talking about no McDonald's or Burger King here.
Oh, I guess if you go out for a meal, I was thinking a gift. But if you go out for a meal, get her some roses, some chocolates, that's probably
absolutely, yeah. Women can be expensive. Well, so can guys too, for that matter.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, either one can be. Because it depends on what they're doing. You know, like, I mean, everybody has their own hobbies, for example. Just hobbies. Just talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you want to go into photography, and you start talking about cameras, lenses, and, you know, printing services to print your pictures. I'm talking about digital photography.
Look at Ed. Example. Ed had a drinking hobby and a train hobby, and he never had any money.
Well, the train hobby I can say is a little more acceptable. I mean, like, but the thing is, yes, mile railroading is expensive. Some of the nicer locomotives can cost you about $300 a piece in the HO.
Jeez.
And about $1,000 in L gauge for a nice locomotive. Rolling stocks can go for anywhere from $30 to $100 depending on the car. I know that River Rossi made some nice HO.
Michelle, where did all of Ed's trains go?
He sold them all.
They're sold, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he sold them all to a.
Who bought them, Michelle?
No, it was bought by a guy that was like a picker kind of guy that does cleaning on estates and things. So he sold them all so he could get money for Florida because he couldn't get down there with all this stuff. They just had too much. Of course, he didn't know.
At least he did it.
He didn't know what to do with the plywood, so I still got that.
Yeah.
And then I was watching this kind of cute restaurant cat cafe in Japan has this train layout where they got real cats, of course, and the real model trains HO size, and of course the cats are like having fun with the trains. I feel bad for. I mean, you can see that some of those videos on my pets video section. That's kind of cute, right? These cats keep knocking the trains off the track,
Yeah,
but they
I
got the
saw.
camera mounted in the car, in the locomotive, so you can see when the cat's paw goes bam.
I'm just surprised that they've sold
But the
all those
restaurant
trains.
spent a small mint just making the layout. But what originally wasn't designed to be cat resistant. So it's kind of like, dude, these cats are gonna trash this layout just because they're cats, which is kind of sad. The amount of work that they did to make it. Yeah. How you doing? Good morning, Stan. Yeah. So yeah, it was cute, but I mean, like I said, so they showed these segments of people were watching the train layout with the cats are running around on it, and I think Tiger Kitty would like some of the shots, some of the shorts
I
that they
saw it,
do.
Michelle. You posted it in Discord. I saw.
I did.
Yeah, I watched them. They were very
So,
good.
Michelle, I just got here. I gotta give a guy a call, and I gotta get out of here.
All right,
All right,
bye bye.
I'll see you
Okay.
guys later. Bye.
Okay. Yeah. So did you post that box yet, or?
No, I'm going. I've got to go back down to DC in
Okay.
next week, and I'm going to post it from there. I'm still trying to keep my location a secret, so
Don't worry
I'm
about
waiting.
it. No
I'm
one.
waiting till I get to a place where I've either lived or it's So I'll wait till I get to DC again.
Or why don't you do what Wiggy does? Just write my address on the return.
Is that what she does?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
In fact, that's the
Guess
way
we'll
people used to get around copyright problems. When they wanted to copyright something, they would just go ahead and send mail to themselves. And
All right.
European
Well, I'm sending
copyright
it
law,
next week.
that was the rule.
Next week, and I
Okay.
might throw a T-shirt in. Would you like an Apex Community T-shirt, Michelle?
Yeah. And also, I would recommend if anybody gets a chance to, please do check out the Silver Moon AM 1610 radio show on Sunday nights. Now, I gotta admit, I've got to find some more exciting music, so we're gonna have to play some of the older stuff too. Kind of keep it mixed up a little bit. So you might end up hearing some Lawrence Welkin stuff. I have to get some of the other stuff in there too.
Right.
That's just the way it is around here. I don't have a lot of records. I mean, got a lot of new ones. We played them full and completely, played them nicely. We loved them. But we got so many older records we got to play too. We haven't played in a while. I just don't want to see our viewership go down the toilet like.
Right. Yeah. You've got to keep it.
So I gotta try to keep it mixed up a little bit, so we can pull a little bit of some Billy Vaughn and oldies, but some modern stuff too. So I'll have to go dig through.
Can we play the new hit
That's why
rap
Lummy was
song?
talking about scheming and dreaming, because I also realized I gotta get some more records from eBay.
Yeah, but Michelle, on Sunday, can you play the new hit rap song? Your new hit rap song.
The only problem is it's not on vinyl. It's a vinyl show.
What does it matter? Oh my God, you're not even going to play your
But
own
I can play it on the
song.
after show though, because the after show
That's right, yeah,
is not strictly vinyl.
You've got to promote your new hit rap song. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's probably possible he did. Trade his laptop for beers.
Has he not got that laptop? I thought you said he lost it.
He said he left it behind when the shelter he was in. Well, let's put it this way: it's certainly possible he could have just basically really just given it to some guy, and the bug next would say, "Hey, look, I'll give you this. Just give me some beers." They could have.
Oh yeah.
He could have very well done that.
I thought he stopped drinking. He's not drinking anymore, is he?
Yeah, I don't know if he's drinking anymore or not. He might be. I'm sure his
Poor bugger.
psychiatrist is going to tell him something like this. Look, don't drink. It makes your condition worse.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is he going to listen? I can't tell you that. So, yeah, so this kind of really interesting. I see that
I hope it does okay. I don't wish any harm on it.
I see that the internet's a little bit laggy today. It is on the regular wired connection, but we're not getting any stop frames, so it's just probably just lowering the resolution down to deal with it.
Yeah, it's a glitch.
But that's okay. I will upload the whole show afterwards, so you can have the complete show, even if we don't split. We'll just. I didn't realize how big the thing was, but the show is huge. The resolution on the screen is huge. Which surprised me, because I was like, I didn't expect how big that was, but it is a huge screen. It's a huge resolution. Of course, I wasn't on the screen the whole time. Basically, like, I download the stream, or I was gonna upload yesterday. It was like 3 gigabytes in the local copy, and I was like, wow, that's gonna take a while. That if you want to see the video in the best quality, that is the way you gotta see is the local copy, which is what I make every show. We record the local copy so we can always upload it. On Glitch, on Kick. No, I'm not even showing the Kick details right now because we're not streaming on Kick. No, we have 7 watchers, 5 likes, no donations yet, no new members yet. So, we get that stuff up, guys. We really do. Yeah.
Well, it's hump day, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a people don't like Wednesdays. I don't like Wednesdays.
It's Wednesday and St. Valentine's Day.
Even worse.
I don't know. Valentine's Day can be okay.
I think it's a rip-off.
Yeah.
Why do you need one day?
But you wait till tomorrow when the show goes down to CVS and starts getting chocolate at 50% off.
Oh, yeah, they'll be doing all the discount chocolate and stuff. Is that what you're going to do? Go in and get all the discounted chocolate?
No, I don't usually buy a lot of it. Sometimes I do. So,
all right, Michelle, I'm going to have to go because I've got a few things to do, but I might be back in a bit. Okay.
By the way, I did ask Brian the Silver or Cloth Lost Times episode 3. I'm going to work on that this afternoon.
Yeah, good idea.
Because I didn't even know Brian K. read episode 2, and then I heard episode 2, and it was only 11 minutes long. I'm like, only 11 minutes long. I got to make this longer.
Definitely need to work on it. All right, I'll catch you in a bit.
Yeah, okay. Talk to you later. So, maybe we can see a game this spring. Yeah, well, maybe we can see a game this spring. Definitely think there is definitely some that split. There is some, but we're still streaming, so don't worry about it. It's also Wednesday and Valentine's Day at the same time. So I'm sure their significant others are probably dating their boyfriends, girlfriends. What? I don't know what that is. So, you want to talk a little more about what you think is going to happen, and really, if you finally what you want to change your life chart to say. Thank you very much, Tony. Much appreciated. I'm going to type that in the card. Okay, so let me go into my notes here. So let me type that in for Stony Jenkins. So let's see. Okay, donations for February 14th, 2024. Stony Jenkins, new basic member. Okay, that takes care of that, Stony. Congratulations. Welcome to the notes. Right. Well, it still counts. It still counts. Because, like I said, we'll be putting out the new Give Notes and the Giving Stream every month now. Which means, obviously, when this month is over, which means when we start March, we take the notes off the tree. And then we'll just put out new ones for that month for the new month's donations. So that way we can keep it current. Because you'll notice we don't got a lot of tree real estate in the background there. I'm doing okay. Still doing my normal stuff. Still streaming, still scheming, like Lummy said. And, yeah, well, Michelle's just, I don't know, I think Michelle's got some ideas, I think. I don't know if I kind of get them, but she's got some ideas. Besides, she wants to set $100 towards Lowe's this month to bring the $200 balance down to $100. And don't forget, we also going to send another $50 to LI this month as well, because that bill is going to be coming due soon too. So yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm holding out there. And I think that people have been enjoying the videos that we've been doing with the other shows and stuff. So, by the way, just for those here, don't worry about the resolution things, because please understand, as I said, we have our local copy. We can always send that up. I do think that there is some truth to what I've heard about the scheming of the show, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't want to get into that too much. Just to say is that we have more than one way to solve a problem. Yeah, we have more than one way to solve a problem. It's true. So if you have buffering or constipation or whatever with your video, just relax, because I have the local copy, which is like a giant X-Lax. It'll take care of the problem. Your video will flow normally and very well to your computer. Yeah. So you can turn it on, but yeah, but no, that's Wi-Fi. Well, no, you're not blocked, Stony. Why would they block you? Why would they block you? You're not blocked. Alright, Loon, let's try switching this over to something else here. You're in Dallas. Yeah, I know I'm in Dallas. I got that. Okay, let's turn the Wi-Fi and see if that works any better. Let's see. Please understand, ladies and gentlemen, there might be a slight delay as we switch over. So we'll switch over. Actually, it wasn't that much of a delay. Perfect. So you might see a slight delay. as we are be switching over to the other network. Can't help that. It's just the nature of the thing. There we go. Data's starting to come in. Or it's trying to anyway. Oh, come on. Just give me a break. This thing is... There we go. Yay. Now we're back up again. No, you're not blocked, Stony. I just want to make sure that you saw that. So what we did was we just switched over to the T-Mobile. So we're on T-Mobile on Wi-Fi. Not plugged in directly hardware connection. So which means if we get a lot of people on Google Meets, it could seriously muck up the plumbing, so to speak. But and the reason I say that is because please understand that Wi-Fi is half duplex. Okay. So when you're streaming and then you're doing chat, it only can send so much before it has to go back and listen for packets come back to it. So it's one talks at a time. So now we got 5 people back on with 5 likes. 1 new membership. Anyone want to just say, just be cool, guys. We'll figure out everything. I promise you that. I do think that there is something going on with the home internet, and I'm just going to say that right now. Okay. Hey, thanks to the power tunnel there, no one really knows my real IP address on my cell phone network, which is good. But it is a shared internet connection, so which means if somebody else wants to start streaming, guess what? That means that the data will be it will be split between 2 or 3 people at one time. But, oh yeah, by the way, you didn't even put out the donate link or any of the other stuff. No, I didn't. Let's put it out there. You're on the right screen. I know. Oh, wait. I forgot to hit the right button. So, yeah, it's kind of awkward. Yeah, because it's like when you, I've been doing this show for so long, the kind of people tend to forget that that I have had to spend a lot of money on upgrades to try to keep the show going good as it does, including upgrades that occur behind the scenes. We're back to 12 people again. Absolutely cool. Yeah, just interesting discussion this morning. Covered a lot of things that some may not make sense to everybody. But then again, that's okay. You saw me people don't realize when it was what me and the cat were spending time doing the camera video. I didn't get to people say, "Oh, what a cute monkey." No, yeah, he's a big cat. Trust me. You get to see a close up of him. As I got my camera, got a good mugshot of Rusty in the beginning. So we are continuing to grow the channel out, but it's changing its formula as we go. Red orangutan. It says something to Red, trying to get his attention. So, I mean, sometimes I don't always come up with a lot of energies. Sometimes my days just go, like, yeah, exactly. What does this one do?
Oh no!
That's the oh no button. Oh, okay. So, I don't know what you got going over here.
Hello.
Yeah.
What brings you to Winter Spring?
Yeah,
These cold and vast lands may seem dismal, but this is a place of many secrets.
many secrets that don't always show up on YouTube. That's true. A lot of secrets that don't always show up on YouTube. So we are been doing more videos, but we also have put up some very interesting ones in shorts that were created by other people for the channel. I put those up, and the rap song, I'll upload that one and get that ready to go. Say 2. And just it's one of those days right now. It feels like a Wednesday, middle of the week. Like, oh yeah, I know. Damn, it's in the middle of the week. What's this button do? Oh, that's magic one. Well, let's change it to something better. Nah, it doesn't work for me. 1, 2. I got it. All right. So it's the typical day. A lot of people are not here today. It's Wednesday. Oh, it's middle week. Like, everybody has to work. We have plenty of viewers that come in and out. Just like the song Come and Chameleon, right? They come and go, they come and go. Come a chameleon. They come and go, they come and go. Some watch me when they do not know. They come and go, they come and go. Some don't even get notifications. Some have no idea when I'm live. Some don't even get notifications. Some don't even know if I'm live. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Oh, yeah, it's true though. Some don't know when I'm live because some don't get notifications because they didn't subscribe. This is what you guys should do, is subscribe, because when you do, you're supposed, and I know this is a YouTube problem that goes back from way back to 2013, back further than that. But when you click the notifications, you turn on the bell, you're supposed to know whenever I put anything up, be it a community post, a live stream, a video. But YouTube, for 11 years, has had this glitch and they never fixed it. YouTube, why haven't you ever fixed it? It should have been fixed by now. Well, I don't think they really care. Yeah. Look how long it takes to get your closed captions up on your videos. Yeah, that's true. And it takes a while. Found out the best way to have to avoid limited no ads crap is basically just go ahead, run the video without monetization on, And about 18 hours later, when I see that the video's done processing, turn the notifications on, and it's like, you're good. Oh, so you got angel halo wearing on your head there. Yeah. How you doing, Pork? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. That's really kind of weird, though, when you think about it. Like, how does that work? You sit there and you put these shows together and everything. And some days you wake up in the morning, you're like, what am I supposed to do today? And then you plop your fat ass in the seat and you go, now what? So trying to keep the show running sometimes, so it doesn't feel like basically, oh shit, my show just had a flat tire. But that's what we have to try to do. I keep you guys entertained, educated, informed. So let's talk about the information. Let's get some information. Bum, 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 bum. Let's get to something, anything, some news, sports. Well, I'm not into sports, but if we can get some information. So where's my fax at there? It's right there. Oh, okay. All right, so let's get some news stories up today, real quick. Try to find some fun ones, but also find some real, some important ones too. Hey, that's a big one. Yep. The only thing is that it's like your home internet is definitely not working right now for even the phone. I just switched to LTE. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of weird because it was true. It's not working. So I love when Apple says to me, he says, you don't have to keep restarting the app every time you go live. You can just go ahead and you don't have to keep closing apps on your phone. That's true, but you know what? I do anyway because that's from my old days of using my iPhone 3GS. It's an old trick I learned because you only got so much memory in the phone. Just close all your unneeded apps, And it means that there's less things sitting in the phone's memory taking up precious real estate. Well, right now the news is taking forever to load. Yeah, wonder why that is. Who knows? Well, anyway, so I guess no news is good news. I don't know. Stoney says to you, Lily, hey, I have known Red for longer than he known anyone on YouTube. Stoney, it's up to Stoney if he wants to get rid of the Christmas tree avatar. It's up to him. One of the things I would say is that one question came up that was mentioned by one guy what is the solution to, let's try to reconnect now. So Fox News is not working. That doesn't mean nothing, I guess. Not really. Anything else going on exciting in the social media platforms? Nope, it's quiet right now on the email section. Nothing going on in the channel chat. Nothing going on Just let people know. Watch me on YouTube. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, so that's nothing new. So it looks like Fox News is having a problem today. Can't do much about that, can you? Nope. Maybe Fox News' website is offline. So what's the show about? The morning show is basically kind of like a bunch of people just hanging out, drinking coffee or their beverage of choice, just talking about everyday stuff. Variety of topics. It really doesn't have strictly a topic. It's not exactly a comedy show, but it is a little bit of comedy in there. It's just an environment where everybody kind of hangs out together, and so that's what the morning show is. It's just where we just hang out and talk about stuff, news, what's going on in our lives. When I say our lives, I mean, their lives, my lives, things that you want to talk about. Sometimes we have Stan or Noodles will give us a tour. We'll share the video with everybody so they can see them cruising around their areas. Oh, hey, Michelle, there's a question in the chat and I'm just answering it now. So what's the show about? I just answered it. So that's pretty much what it is. We do the morning shows Monday through Saturday, unless I have appointments or something, from 10 a.m. to about 12, sometimes longer, sometimes a little less, depending on how I'm feeling that day. If I have a doctor's appointment or something, we tend to have the show our alternative time at 3 o'clock. Lastly, we have the Silver Moon Radio AM 1610, which is a radio show on Kick. And that is from 7 until 10 o'clock, and then we have usually an after show. And then we do night shows as well. We have one night show that was on Kick. It started at 7 o'clock until usually 9. That's kind of like the morning show, but a little more, unrestrained because Kick doesn't seem to be as picky. So we get into a lot of other stuff. The triple CME. Well, right now T-Mobile's working fine. So that's good. Yeah. Maybe I have to ask you a question. Okay. Are you going to be doing more night shows on YouTube side of things? We did last week. We could still do it this week too, considering Friday night could technically be on both YouTube and Kick. There's no reason why we couldn't have it on both. And then sometimes on Tuesdays we have movie night. And if you I found out way now that I can go ahead and download the movies and stuff, and I can get the restreams playing properly. I can actually re-encode the videos with the actual closed caption files built in, so next time if I want it to be a pirate, which I'm not, I could then re-upload them again with the captions they enabled.
Oh yeah!
Because when my hearing loss, it helps a lot to have the closed captions, because it makes my life a lot easier. He's in the bedroom right now, lounging on the bed, so I'll probably be bringing him out here in a little bit. He didn't want to go outside. He just wanted to just kind of sit in the house. So he has his days. I'm a new sub. I stumbled upon Noodle's channel and heard about your channel. Well, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate that. Noodles is a regular on this channel too, and so Stan CT, which also does Man Cave Vinyl. Oh, and don't forget, everybody, unless there's been a change, today is Wee Woo Wednesdays with JMac Oregon at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, where you can win Starbucks gift cards. And it gets on the average, you get about 60 people on the stream. So, which is kind of cool because you can get to, be part of something that's pretty cool. It has like a little lottery thing. Like you can get, as I said, gift card for Starbucks. Sometimes he has one for Amazon. So you can get one for Starbucks, the most common, but the Amazons have been given out too. I haven't won an Amazon one yet, but I do have won Starbucks several times already. So I have 3 Starbucks cards for 15 hours on my Starbucks account. By the way, I'll tell you one thing I did find deliciously yummy is if you ever decide to get the Starbucks white chocolate. There's nothing wrong with the dark chocolate too. That's good too, but the white chocolate is really tasty. Let me see if there's a way I can find a way to look up JMac Oregon. Let's see. How can I do that? Oh, I know how. Just go into another window and then okay, sure. Yeah, that's right, Lom. I could do that. Let me do that. Let me just go over here real quick here and go to YouTube here. So YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna go to JMac Oregon. So I just type in his name, I think, at JMACK JMac Oregon. He had gotten a problem with a strike. Don't really know why he got a strike. Here's this page for you. Of course, he has the short @ code. I'll just go like I do, but copy that. So, and paste it over here. Paste. For Wee Woo Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So now you know what that is. So you can go check out his Wee Woo Wednesdays. He's it's fun time. 2 hours average, about 2 hours gameplay. So there's a link for Pork Whistle for that channel for you. And he said that he had a strike last week. That's why he couldn't stream it. He ended up streaming on PDX's channel instead, PDX Paranormal, which is his wife's channel. And we still have to test out this Studio Restream IO work on your iPhone. It works. The question realistically, Lom, is not if it works, because we know it works, but does the layout work well on a cell phone? No problem. And yes, you can watch the replays if you want to see how the games are played. They're pretty simple. Yeah, I don't have enough money to do cards like that. I would like to do something similar, but I have 2 problems that that come in the shoe. The first thing is, it costs money to buy these cards up front to have for the prizes. Second of all, I don't know where he's getting the software they use for drawing the numbers, because I couldn't find it anywhere. But maybe he bought the software on Steam and I just didn't see it. I don't know. And the third one is how, when people are not even willing to give me their email addresses, how would I be able to send them the cards? Because, I mean, that gets expensive. I mean, you got, let's say you got 6 winners a month, okay? Or 6 winners a week, okay? So $5 cards, that's $30. That's $30 is going every week. But he gets at least, on average, at least $100 to $200 every week will show. So he's still bringing in a profit. Yeah. So, because I got people that are, not in the same thing. I mean, sure, some of us do like the gameplay, but I mean, if it wasn't for PDX helping them out to maintain all the numbers. Oh, wait, yes, my number I usually play is 42. But I also, lately I played 36 as well. So, usually I play 42, but sometimes I play 36. But, it's just very interesting to see how that works. But I feel bad for the guys earlier show today, around 10:40, although we started seeing losses about 10:30. Then we had a slight outage to 11, so we're about 30 minutes of mediocre video service. You can't help that sometimes, especially when you're using a shared network. But at least that's why we keep our T-Mobile link around. As long as you got the data plan to pay for it. Yeah, I got the plan. Yeah. I can't afford to do that anyway. Don't worry about that. Don't worry, he's very well safe with me.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, he's not gonna have to worry about me stealing it. It works for him, unless, like I said, people like going there and having fun with him, so. And like I said, he's got supporters, and that's what he needs. We'll see what happens. I suggested to J Mac, I gave instructions to PDX how to enable closed captions so that people with hearing loss can hear the show. And they never did that. They said, well, we use StreamYards, and there's no option to turn on closed captioning. You know what? Here's a nice fact. You're right. StreamYards needs to turn on that feature, or they should be able to pass it along to software sites that offer it, like YouTube. Let's say, would you like to turn on closed captions? Yes, no. Right? I mean, after all, closed captions are not just for the deaf. There are people who can hear absolutely fine. but either because they're in an environment where they can't have the phone louder or whatever, they went around the closed captions, right? Because then they can also, some people, even if they can hear fine, like I said, they turn the sound low. Or maybe they want to make sure they understood you correctly. A lot of closed captioning software has improved enough that it's more clear, it's getting better at understanding what people are saying. If you want to hear how bad automatic closed captions are, go watch my 2011 Coronation. The closed caption back then was atrocious. So, and like I said, anybody who can easily activate automatic closed captioning. And I really do recommend you do it because people do appreciate it. If you want to turn on the CC, you turn on the CC. If you don't want to turn on the CC when you're viewing it, you don't turn on the CC. Just like Robin Williams says, something everybody loves, a choice. Yeah. Well, Mojo, how you doing this morning? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. So we had a little bit of a outage earlier this morning on the internet. But it doesn't stop the live show because guess what? We got local copies of the show always recording.
Oh yeah!
And we upload them later on. So, how you doing today, Mojo? Happy Valentine's Day to you. We also have a new viewer called Pork Whistle as well. So, what are we going to do today? It's Wednesday. I have no idea. Maybe we should slip in a night show. Just for the... I got enough to worry about just watching Wee-Woo. But you never know. Maybe we might do that. 5 to 7. But then I got to put the pizza in the oven. So if I was to do a night show tonight, it probably would be closer to 8 o'clock Eastern time. We can do it. We can even make a YouTube exclusive one too, so that we don't have to. But we want to get Kick membership up too, so we got to do something with that. So maybe it would make sense to keep the memberships running on YouTube and Kick at the same time, because that way we benefit by growing the Kick channel as well.
Oh yeah!
Makes sense. It does make sense. Yeah. And then today I'm going to try to work some more on Quathless Times episode 3. Brian K. originally did episode 2, but episode 2 felt half-baked for some reason. I wonder if he was using an earlier draft. And so maybe I might want to see if I got the full episode 2 and send him a copy of it in case, because it sounded like he got a half-baked version of episode 2. It was like a rough draft. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to work on that today, too. I mean, Brian K. is pretty talented, and I'll give you that. He's younger. He's got a lot of future and promise ahead of him, a lot of successes potentially there for him. I mean, I don't know what he's going to be like when he gets to be an old man, but maybe by the time he's an old man, he's still going to be feisty and creating things. So let's give the kudos out for the donators today. There's only been one Stony Jackson bought basic support in today, which I want to thank you very much for that. We're going to try to keep growing this channel. We're going to find something exciting. Something exciting. Woo! Let's see if Fox News is going to be on Fox today. Are you running your VPN on this thing, Tunnel Bear, on your cell phone? You turned it on, yeah. So maybe it's only seems to be affecting Fox News, though. Oh, really? Yeah. It's kind of weird because usually it works fine, but for some reason, let me just turn this off and see if it makes a difference. Okay, so let me see. Maybe Fox News doesn't like Tunnel Bear. There we go. Major Adams issues stark warning as migrant crisis engulfs America's biggest city. Voters give stunning lopsided 2024 response than two New York-sized focus group. It said 11 of 13 independent voters choose narcissistic Trump over unfit Biden in New York Times focus group. Independent voters from around the country have scathing remarks to describe President Biden in a focus group published on Tuesday, with most admitting that they are leaning towards former President Trump in 2024, despite their own derisive assessments of him. The New York Times spoke with 13 undecided independent voters at length about the two leading candidates and the issues most important to them heading into the election. The voters ranging from 22 to 64 years of age were most concerned about the economy, citing the rising cost of groceries and other bills. Of 13 voters, 12 said they would base their vote on this issue, and 11 of them said they were leaning towards Trump in the election. Others were deeply troubled by the crisis at the southern border, and some were concerned about the Israel-Gaza war and disliked U.S. aid to other countries, the Times reported. When asked whether they thought about Biden, the voters didn't hold back as their blunt assessments. Quote, he's a little bit senile. A little bit senile? Yeah. Okay. And I do think if you can't do the job, it's time to step down, says Natalie, who's 22, responded. Quote, I think he's unfit for the presidency. The president should be the commander-in-chief, and he does not appear to be capable commander-in-chief, says Richard, 36, said. North Carolina Councilor Kim, 43, called Biden a puppet. Quote, that's because I feel like he really tap dances. I don't know what he's done. It just seems like he's just throwing things out there to please almost anyone, she exclaimed. Alabama mother Yelena, that's Yalena, who's 22, also felt she couldn't trust the president. Quote, the word that immediately came up was disingenuous, she told the Times. Nothing that is said really connects with me. I don't feel like I'm being told the truth. I don't feel like I'm being told anything up front. I was just so disappointed with the ounce of hope I had left. When we just started pouring money into the Israel conflict, she said. Oh, I get the point here. These people are rightfully or concerned that Trump is the better candidate because these people are not, in touch with what is really needs to be done. So, sanctuary trap. Eric Adams warns New York City is out of room amid sanctuary struggles. People will soon be sleeping in the streets. Soon? Soon? People already do sleep in the streets, and your horrible benches are impossible to sleep on. New York City Mayor Eric Adams sits down with Fox 5, Good Day New York, and with Roxana Scotto to discuss the consequences of the migrant crisis, explaining that his hands are tied in multiple ways. Mayor Adams stressed with a sense of urgency that New York City has run out of room as the escalating migrant crisis engulfs not only the Big Apple but other major cities across the United States. Our hearts are endless, but our resources are not, the New York City mayor recently told Fox Nation. It is not like New York is not saying we're not a city of immigrants. We are. We have a rich history of immigrants, but we can't take the global problem and it's become our problem. This is unfair to New Yorkers and it's unfair to migrants. Thanks. Okay, wait, what did you just do? Just popped to another window. Safari? What am I in Safari for? You tell me. I don't know. Wait. Okay, so first thing about this phone is this thing has got a hairy trigger. A hairy trigger. More like the person behind the seat that keeps pressing the wrong buttons. Thanks to New York City's sanctuary city policies, Eric Adams faces a predicament. The city is bursting at the seams and is struggling to find places to house everyone yet. Thanks to these policies, he is unable to hand migrants who are repeat offenders over to ICE. Thanks to the right to shelter rule we enacted in the 1980s, he is also legally required to house everyone. Alright, so let's talk about that. I mentioned the southern border, but you realize the migrants are smart enough to realize if the southern border is too hard to get into, they're going to come into Canada, guys. They're not stupid.
Oh yeah!
So what about the northern border, which is the biggest border, even bigger than the southern border? What are we doing to protect the Canadian border from being overrun?
Oh yeah!
No one's talking about that. Stater News talked about that. But you know what? Here's the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you some reality. If you're going to waste all your time trying to come into a country illegally, and you think it's going to be better than the country that you left because you think there's greener pastures and flowing with milk and honey, I'm going to tell you something. You're ending up coming to a country that is overflowing with piss and vinegar. People don't have any way of taking care of you like Eric Adams said. So please get back on your airplane and get a boomerang back to your home country, because right now we can't help you. Carrie, good morning to you. We can't help you. We don't have the resources, like Eric Adams said. The same is true in Boston. They don't have the people, they don't have the resources, they don't have the places to put everybody. Illegals, and yes, even legals if you can, go home. I mean, we'd love to see you happy, but why come here? It's no better than what you left. It really isn't. It really isn't. Never mind what Pueblo Sin Fronteras told you, that, oh, America's a land of milk and honey. It is not. They sold you a lie. They sold you a lie. And you fell for it. That's the reason why. That's one of the reasons why I think that the situation is out of control. And by the way, Biden's also fucked up too, besides his brain. And I'll tell you why. Number one, if he realizes, if he does anything at all, i.e., finish the wall. Oh wait, that was a Trump policy. And cut your elites. Oh, I can't. That's a Trump policy. Better border patrol agents on the front lines. Oh, I can't do that either. That's a Trump policy. I already repealed all those. Basically, you would have no choice but to admit as he slams his head against the skull that's against the wall. Damn, Trump was right the whole time. Yes, Joe Biden, Trump was right the whole time. And you would have been smart if you left everything alone that he already enabled, because you wouldn't have had to ruin your presidency.
Oh, yeah!
But you didn't think about that. Well, wait, you can't, because you don't have much brain left. Well, your handler certainly didn't think about it either. So anyway, Carrie, how are you doing today? How's it going? I guess I did see you. It was one of the first I was saying. Yeah. So yeah, the problem is we're focusing everything on 26 states at this point. Are sending aid to Texas. Oh, excuse me, but I think my math is pretty good when I say the score is like 26 to 23. The people on the right are winning right now. It's the fourth quarter, and the score currently is Republicans are 26. When you add in the state of Texas as well, it says 27 to a score of 23. And it's in the fourth quarter. You can guess what's going to happen when the Republicans win the political bowl. Yes. It's true in the New York state of New York, one Democrat did outseat a senator, but however, the Republican senator. But that may not be enough because there might be more senators that eventually will be out, or Democrat senators that will eventually be outseated by Democrats or by Republicans. But let's not forget, what about people that are part of the Purple Party?
Oh, yeah!
We're moderates, right? We're moderates. We look at things, try to make an educated decision. Look at both sides of the coin. We sit in the center of the aisle. We don't really necessarily go too far to the right. We don't go too far to the left. Boop. They tend to be like right where my nose is. Right here. kind of a little bit of a broad group. But the point is, the moderates, what's the difference between a moderate Democrat and a moderate Republican? Not a hell of a lot. In fact, if anything, a moderate Democrat and moderate Republicans could talk to each other. I have been known to support some Democrat ideas. I support them. I support the Republican ideas too. So what I do is I'll take through and I'll read through the whole idea and see if it's anything that makes sense that we can put together that'll help benefit everybody. Exactly. That's why I say it's just like watching the super political ball. That's exactly what it's become. The score is 27-23. It's the fourth quarter. And you know what? In the fourth quarter, which means in this case, quarter being a year, means that we're going to see the Republican Party is going to eventually come back in with a final sweep. And of course, unless the Democrats can come up with a Hail Mary pass, they're done. That's it. That's what I'm saying. We'll have to see what happens. But you know what? The cool thing is sooner or later, it's gonna come out in the wash. It has to find balance. There needs to be balance. And you're right. The United States politics bowl is just like the Super Bowl. Except we don't have any halftime show with wardrobe malfunctions. Maybe we should have some wardrobe malfunctions. Maybe it might make it more entertaining. So, like I said, we had a little earlier issue today with the internet was kind of acting a little bit up and flaky, but that's okay. Right now it's working fine. So let's see, what is the latest other bullshits going on here? What's this one here? Mild high mediation. Fight breaks out aboard flight as witness praises bystanders conflict resolution. It's on Fox Business. It says here, a video appears to show two airplane passengers getting into a heated argument while on board a flight, an argument that led to physical fight. A passenger named Matthew Cavalin was taking a Southwest Airlines flight from Oakland to Hawaii on Monday, February 12th, when he saw a fistfight erupt between two other passengers, as Storyful and others reported. Kevlian took his phone and began to videotape the confrontation between the two male passengers. The scene in the video, one passenger appeared to get an argument when another passenger before punches began to be thrown. The aisle passenger can be seen punching the other man multiple times before outstanders and flight attendants stepped in, pulling him back and separated the men. Kelvian offered praise for the bystander, a man named Dan, who went on to speak what appeared to be calming words to the irritated man. Kelvian said, in his view, the bystander used textbook conflict resolution techniques to calm the situation by maintaining eye contact, using non-threatening body language, and tactical empathy. A Southwest Airlines employee told NBC that the two men involved in the altercation were detained upon arrival in Hawaii. Charges at this time are unknown, Storyful reported. Calvian told Storyful that although the situation appeared to be an escalation of an argument, he does not judge the individuals involved. He said the situation was an escalation into an understandable confrontation with decisions I'm sure they both regret. Calvian instead recommends that people focus on lessons learned. Fox News Digital reached out to Southwest Airlines for comment. Quote, our reports indicate that the two customers became disruptive on board Flight 1288 on February 12th from Oakland to Lihu, said a spokesperson with Southwest Public Relations team on Wednesday morning. We commend our crew and customers for their professionalism in diffusing the situation. The spokesperson also said, quote, our number one priority is the safety and the well-being of our customers and employees. The flights landed safely as its scheduled destination, and local authorities met the aircraft upon arrival. So, yeah. Oh, wow, you want to see something ugly. This is one of those advertisement things you see. Oh, Cordio says to do this with a gut like that. That was the same kind of gut my ex-boyfriend used to have. But I really do think it's wonderful when you actually can solve problems. And I think it's important to talk things out. But also remember too that that's one thing about the Purple Party can do is we can look at both sides and we can kind of go as, well, maybe I don't think all of your ideas are feasible, but maybe we can come up with something that works out for everybody. And that's important because in this day and age of hot tempers, as those two men found out on the Southwest Airlines flights, sometimes it's just not worth getting into confrontation over something.
Oh, yeah!
So instead of start punching each other, how about actually why not the right and the left sides actually sit down and try to find a level-headed solution to the problems that we have. And people of the Purple Party could be indeed the mediators. Purple Party Democrat, Purple Party Republican could sit down at the table, kind of being like the leads figures, say, on the Family Feud type thing. And if you've ever seen Family Feud with Richard Dawson, you know what I'm talking about, right? So you got the main one, the one that's got the big step there that everybody goes to. And they can say, okay, we have on this side, we have the Republicans. And welcome, everybody. And over here on the right side, we got the Democrats. We decided to do it differently because we figured why not. Okay, who speaks for you? Michelle speaks for us. Who speaks for you? John Doe. Okay, Michelle and John Doe, come on up. First question is, what is the first thing you should do when you get out of bed in the morning? Boop! Go ahead. Take a shit. Take a shit. Yes, indeed. Congratulations. It'd be kind of interesting if we solve problems like that, wouldn't it? In fact, I think it would be actually more entertaining, actually. That's all we need. We gotta come up with a better way of doing things. I'm sorry, but Silver Politics Bowl 2024 is just getting to be it's just like the Super Bowl without the wardrobe malfunctions. Okay? We need some wardrobe malfunctions. Trust me, we need a halftime show. Because the sad truth is the American people are watching the two sides go over this stupid bullshit they go over every year, constantly punting the ball down the court, trying to figure out if they're going to finally successfully make an end goal. Do you know what I'm talking about, right? We still haven't even come up with a long-term budget for 2023's fiscal year.
Oh, yeah!
We haven't even passed the Farm Bill.
Oh, yeah!
You know, the clock is ticking. They gotta pass the damn stuff, but they're like sitting there going like, we're sitting in a huddle and we're not sure what we're supposed to do. Well, break the damn huddle and kick the damn ball. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm not even a sports fan and I understand football that much. You know, it's just like if you were watching any kind of sport, like even basketball, right? You got a strong defense, and you got a strong offense, just like in football, right? Or soccer too, same thing, right? Or hockey. You want, in the case of the sports analogy, a strong offense in this case happens to be the Republicans. And what we're finally saying is we are going to get a goal in, but those defense, they keep blocking the stupid thing with their linemen and their hockey players and stuff. The defense is strong, but we have to get this goal in there. We have to score. And the Democrats are saying, not on my watch, you aren't. Yeah, at the same time, you got the stupid goddamn marching band in the middle of the field that doesn't want to get off. That's not how you run politics. That's how you run a shit show of a country. We gotta come up with a better solution than this, people. Come on. For the sake of the American people, let's fix this problem and get something done. We're in the fourth quarter. The score is 27-23. And we're tucking down to the last few minutes before the end buzzer. And nothing's getting done. Let's get it done. The country needs to get stuff done. We cannot keep sitting around this thing like people sitting there in a huddle going, what are we supposed to do? Get out of the goddamn locker room and do something!
Oh, yeah!
And that's the truth. And I mean, if you think that sounds stupid, that's exactly what America and politics has become. Just like that. That's what it is. I mean, I love my country in a sense, but I also realized that our country takes too much stuff to grandstand and look good on camera, but politicians, I don't care if you look good on camera. I don't care if you're taking Botox injections, whatever. We appointed you to do a job, not advertise soap commercials.
Oh, yeah!
Not advertise which kind of fabric softener is the best one. Or, talk about your special pet projects. We voted for you to lead our country. Let's get back to work and do what you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah!
And that's the truth, guys. That's why we're here. That's why we are here. The score is 27-23, and we said we're in the fourth quarter, and the United States political bowl. And if we don't win, the Democrats are more than likely going to lose, unless they can come up with a field goal that is going to get the support of those 27 other states that basically said no. And that's the reality. That's just being honest. And as a Purple Party person, I want to see, yes, the PPP, the Purple Party person. Notice it doesn't matter if you're Republican and Democrat, Purple Party. If you're a moderate, you're a Purple Party. And Purple Party people want to see things get done that everybody is going to at least agree to is at least a good idea. But for now, I gotta get some things worked on. I'm gonna try to be on Weeboo on JMac at 5 o'clock. Then I gotta finish working on Clothless Times, episode 3. Because I think Brian K. only had half of the episode from episode 2. So I might need to review episode 2 to make sure that he has the complete episode. And let's be honest, it was 11 minutes long. It was a little short than my script. In fact, it even sounded like he kind of abruptly got cut off, like he ran out of words. So that's what we're going to see if I can find out if there was something on episode 2 that he's missing and give him a whole script so that he could add to it. But for now, go out there and enjoy your 2 degrees Celsius today here in Connecticut. It's not going to be super warm, but it's going to be pretty good for everyday stuff. As you can see in the weather outside, it's sunny outside. It's sunny outside. The roads look pretty clear. The snow is melting. And of course, don't forget the Giving Tree. We have our 3 donators. Soon we'll add the 4th one today. And get him up, Stony Jenkins, onto the tree as well. So we are doing okay. I also gotta eat breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast yet. So for now, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., and let's see if we can get some more fun stuff going on. So for now, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.